What is going on, Side Card Fiends? Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful day, and today we are here with an April monthly population breakdown for the soccer cards that are coming into the market at the moment. Going to be taking a look at a lot of the mainstay rookies. Took a month off last month to sort of redo my entire spreadsheet. At least some of the things that were in there were off from their true numbers. So while I went through and fixed all of that, I didn't want to have the populations be different from the last month. So I had to take a month off. We're back though, so I'm going to be comparing the numbers from the PSA pop and soccer cards from this month to last month and see what's really gaining the most amount of population out there. So I'm now over on the sheet. I have the player breakdown for their rookies. I have the pop 8 through 10, 5 through 7, 2 through 4. I break down the pop in a ton of different ways. Then I have the monthly percent change from last month to this month. And then I have the total percent change. It's all kind of color coordinated, all nice and easy there. I also zoomed in a lot more because last time I was zoomed out too far and it was a little hard for people to read on their phones and whatnot. So hopefully this is better. If not, let me know and I can try to work with it again, but I think I got it. The only thing that we're not going to be able to see is the number of population that card went up. We'll just be able to see the percent. I'll talk some more about numbers as we go. But starting off with the Pele up here at the top, as we can tell, basically only PSA 2 through 4 is what was coming through PSA's doors recently. So that's where we are in that regard. Nothing in the 5 to 10 range for the most part. There are other Pele early things that I don't have listed, but these are some of the main ones that I felt like were necessary. I can add the 57. There's basically none of them, but I guess it will help to look at some point. Total percent change, we can see that the Gazenta is the most plentiful by a good margin, and then the other ones are not so bad. Looking at Eusebio here, his early stuff is just insanely hard to get, so they're not going to be going up too much in terms of population. Even in some, you'll see like an 11, 9, 8%, 50%. That's really just because there's so few. Like an 11% increase is just one sticker being graded, so it's not that big of a deal. But overall, really nothing going on there. Beckenbauer and Jared Muller, it's very important here to make sure that you know that the 66 Bergman portrait and the other Bergman with the ball, they're both much more plentiful than any of their rookie things, as you can tell. I mean, this compared to that is night and day. In terms of population changes, there is some flowing on in there, especially rookie year stuff, as you can tell, so it's not necessarily going to be insanely rare by any means, but there is still some stuff coming in through that regard. Same goes for the Muller down here. I didn't have any of the Bergman results from last month, so I added that this month. That's why there's a 100% increase. That's on me. For Bobby Moore, not too much going on here. Not a whole lot to see. The only thing is really, I guess, the cigarette card. I believe that's a cigarette card coming on in there, which they typically can be found in higher grade. Then we got Cruyff up here. In terms of the populations that have went up a good bit, the PSA 8 through 10 range of the Verlag did get a +1 to the pop, so that's 100% right there. Overall, though, it was the only one that got graded in the last month, so there is that. Looking on down, the highest pop going up is the Vanderhout, and the Palarex did have an 8% increase jump as well, along with some of the 70 Cruyff things that you can also go for. Overall, not too bad, though. I mean, those are very low numbers, so doesn't take much for them to look like they went up a good percent. Platini rookies up 8%. We have Maradona rookies. I feel like these are really fun to look at. The total change for the disc rookie is 2%, while the crack is 4%. His Estampas is 20%, and the Calciatore is 3.69%. Keep in mind there is a lot more of the Calciatore, so it's harder to, plus 20% that population. Also keep in mind with the Calciatore that the PSA 5 through 7 pop is the highest of the pop, which means there's got to be a ton of 2 through 4s out there that just aren't graded, so be careful there. But yeah, none in the 8 through 10 range were graded in the last month. Hugo Sanchez rookies getting graded a good bit, although I guess there's really none of them, so percentage-wise they went up a little bit, but there's still none. Ruud Gullit had a +1 to his population. Matthias had basically nothing. I'll scroll through some of the 80s. I do think talking about like the Calciatore is fun with Maldini and Baggio and just kind of seeing what their percent changes are. So having a 6% and a 3.8% was lower than I figured, especially because their pops aren't too high as is. I mean, there's a good amount out there, but like with Maldini, his pop is what, only 66? Really not that bad at all. Going on down, we have Eric Cantona getting a 4% increase. He has a really rare sticker there as well, along with Bergkamp, who had a 16%, but I mean, nothing too crazy, I guess. Zidane's with a 4% increase. We have Rivaldo with a 31% change to his PSA pop, which is pretty high, obviously. I know Soccer Study always talks about how he thinks the Brazilian market's still to be tapped into, so that's kind of showing up here. There was 2 PSA 8 through 10s graded in the last month, and 7 2 through 4s added to the pop. There were none in the 5 through 7 range, which is kind of weird. Roberto Carlos with nothing going up in the last month down there. With the true R9, we have a 11% change, 11% change, 8 and 6, so somewhere around an 8 to 9% increase in total pop there. His football 78 did go up a good bit. There's 4 more of these, and there are 10 more of the PSA 3 through 5s. Paul Scholes rookies still basically did nothing. He's not really that graded though, so I'd say that's probably why it is. David Beckham's down here. We can see that the Shreddies did get another sticker graded, up to 3 total. There you go. With the Merlin sticker, that is up 13%, and with the LCD publishing, that is up 5%. Interesting to note there. For some reason, I wasn't keeping track of Buffon's rookies last month, so I added that. With Pirlo, we have a 5% increase to his 1976, not his Calciatore, which had a 0% increase. Henry, we had a 12% increase, 8% increase, and 25% increase, so a decent bit going on there in that market. Eto with a 23% change in population, mostly in the PSA 5 through 6 range, as you can tell, and a good bit in the 7 through 8, none in the 9 through 10 range. With Stevie G, 12.5% total change, with a lot in the 7 through 8 range right there. Very little with Lampard. With Xavi, his Monday Chromo actually went up barely any. The other ones did go up a good bit, but they are lower pop and they're worth more, so people are more likely to grade them, while compared to the Monday Chromo. Not too many are going to be sent in. I mean, unless they're really going to grade well, people are probably just going to wait until there's a lower grading fee. Casillas with a very low increase as well, which is a little surprising, I would say, but I guess I can see it. Ronaldinho with a 17% increase to his pop, which, I mean, his pop isn't that high to begin with, so it's not that crazy. Now, keep in mind, I only go down to PSA 5 on this. I'm not including, like, 4s, 3s, 2s, so I'm sure there's a good bit going on down there, too. With Ronaldo, his rookies, I mean, this is a nice little Ronaldo stat. The Mega Cracks is going up 4%, while the football sticker is going up 2%. Definitely makes a sticker look very, very good with only a 2% increase. Obviously, it's still weighted down by the fakes by BGS, but I think that if you get a PSA one or you get one that you know is real, I think it could be a great buy. NES to total pop going up 6% in the Monday Chromo and 6% on his Superliga 419. Not too bad there. Wayne Rooney going up 2% on one card and 0 on the other two. Robin Van Persie not going up at all, but probably not really getting graded that much, to be honest with you. Here I have Messi rookies in light blue, and then I have his second year stuff lower than that, so we can go on through this. So the main ones to take note of in terms of total change, Monday Chromo foil did go up 6.9%. Still really low pop overall, but it did have a pretty significant increase with a 12.5% increase to the PSA 9 pop, so it went from 16 to 18, so 2 got graded. And the PSA 8 pop went from 37 to 39, so 2 more got graded there. But I think the main spots you want to look in terms of Messi rookies, that it's seeming like right now, the total change in Monday Chromo, 1.78%, not that much. The total change in the True Mega Cracks card is 2.8%, again, not that much. The Messi blue rookie, for some reason, didn't get graded much this month either. Usually that's in the worst shape out of the lot since it doesn't have much white on it, so that's why it gets graded a little less, especially in the higher pop, but still that's really low. And then the S-Day sticker actually didn't have any graded PSA 8, 9, or 10 this month, but the S-Day sticker, like the Ronaldo sticker, one of those weird spots in the market right now where there are fakes, allegedly, that are out there, and so you do have to be careful. There might not be one in a PSA slab. Just generally speaking, it's suspect. So I guess seeing it not get graded is good. I'm glad that there aren't more just floating on out here. Then rounding out the list, we're getting towards the bottom here. These are the final 4 players. So we have Ramos up top. His card's changing a little bit, especially the S-Day sticker. Very low pop, so easy to change. Lewandowski's up 2 to 3%, not too bad overall, especially on something that's that low pop. The Mbappe Panini foot up almost 0.5%, which is, pretty low. Not gonna lie, this is PSA 10 and 9, so it is cutting out the 8s and 7s. His refractor actually was the highest pop increase at 3.4%, while the other two, the Select Unlimited Potential and the Prism Refractor, were both at 1.8 and 2.2%. Then finally with Haaland, across the board, kind of high percent increase, especially when you have cards that are already this high pop. Anywhere from 3 to 9% increase, probably averaging around 6 to 7% across the board. So that is the review for the good old spreadsheet this month. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to leave a like, would appreciate it greatly. If there are any players, any rookies that you want me to go ahead and track, let me know. I'd be much more inclined to add older players rather than newer players, but I can do both. So if there are any that you'd like me to add, I would love to hear the suggestions down below, and I'll start tracking them for this month. And then we'll have, if you want to see more videos like this as soon as they go live, make sure to subscribe. And with that said, hopefully you have a wonderful day, and peace.